Hi everybody, Nancy here. Today I'm going to answer a question that was asked on one of my in the comments. And as usual, I can't just say yes. I've got to explain myself because there's usually whenever there's a question, there's usually several answers, and I hate to give just one. So the question is it possible to add blank pages between the tab pages, like in a paper version? And yes, of course. But um, there's a couple of ways of doing it, and I wasn't sure how blank she wanted it, so I wanted to show two different ways. Is it blank? Okay, I'll give you an example. Right now, I'm doing this. I think I've told you guys that I've started just copying the Bible one book at a time, just because it helps me to focus. And I had this journal that didn't have tabs. I added those later, and I added the number of tabs that there's that many chapters in the book. In this instance, Proverbs. And I added 31 tabs, and I added an extra just in case there was something I wanted to add at the end. So I went ahead and put 32, but I wanted it so that every chapter had its own tab. Well, I've not found one yet that I could get everything on a single page. I do the left side, just the handwriting. Then on the right side, I have that set apart for if I want to draw something, if I want to do something different with it. If there's some scripture on there that I really like that I want to highlight, I like to have the right side available so that I can do something there. And I added the top two things, the month and the day on the left side, and the actual chapter on the right side, just because I like doing the circling thing. But I think I did it wrong. I should have put the scripture verse over on the left and the date on the right. And I just did it because I wanted to do it that way. I think every one of the books that I've done so far, I've done a different way. So I haven't locked in on something that I just have to have it this way. But what I was saying was, I usually end up having to use multiple pages while I'm going, but I don't want to mess with I still want this to be 12. When I erased it, I erased too big on the top left. I'll have to go back and look to see what I erased. But as I'm going and I'm doing this, I usually do it outside on my front deck. What I do usually is just do the duplicate so that my tab will remain 12. If there's more verses on the 12th chapter, then I would do a duplicate of this page. And see, of course, all the text is still there. Now I've got two options. I can go ahead, and what I usually do, just because it's just as fast for me, and I just take pleasure in being able to do it, but I'll just erase it, just do this. But I don't have to do it this way. So if I stop right there, I'll show you the other way you could do it. Is go to your selection menu, go to page, and see clear page. So just do that, and everything's gone. Of course, I then have to circle the 12 again and the date. Oh, that's not the right pen. 5, whenever it was. All right. So, but my tab, it's hard to see that tab. It's so tiny. But it's still 12. I know that I'm still in chapter 12. So if I go to the previous page, the tab stays 12. Go to the previous page, it's 11. Okay. So that's how I add pages as I'm going. Now, another thing that I do a lot of is, I'll just suddenly decide that I need a blank page with nothing on it. And to get just a blank page, I can just do the plus with the arrow on it. You see down, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The sixth thing, just click on that. And see, my tabs are missing here, but that's okay because I want it to be totally white. And for me, the easiest thing to do is just draw a shape, make it all white, add fill that's all white, and I don't need a border. And then I can do where am I at? Create under image, create page background image. If I click on that, that just made that that page to be all white to create. But it didn't affect any other ones. See, the next one is still, it's got the tabs. It just gave me a blank one here that I can draw or do whatever I want to on it. I probably wouldn't do it in this particular book because I don't need it here. But then there's another way you can add a page. If you go to the pages, this screen, and I decide I want to add a page. I'm on page 31 there. Go back. It's the one with the yellow box around it. And up at the top, you see you've got the page with the plus sign and the right arrow. And I'll just click on that, and it just added a page. And but I don't think that it put the tabs, because I added those tabs later. Those are not tabs that came with the journal. I just added them back. And see what I did. See, it doesn't have the tabs on it. So that's several ways of adding a new page to your existing document. Okay? That's it. Y'all have a great day. Bye.